Hey, welcome back. All right, so this video here, we're going to go ahead and talk about creating the base map image. This is going to be by using the base map colors so that we can go ahead and start our map. So what do I mean by base map image and base map colors? What I mean is this image that we have, just wanted to point out, this is if you save it. I won't save it yet. I'll do that in a separate video so that we can create a file structure. But what we're going to end up doing is whatever you draw here, like let's say that you end up drawing some roads and, whatever, a little city block or something and a lake, whatever you end up drawing, which we can do later, we're going to have to export this into a PNG. Right? So there's going to be PNG. Oh dear, sorry, I went back too far. So there's going to be a PNG. We're going to call it whatever you want. Let's call it X. And that's going to be .png. This is a PNG image that is effectively going to hold the base layer of your roads. The world editor, which we will use later, will take this PNG that we're going to export from Gimp, and then it's going to turn specific colors. I'll show you where to get them. Specific colors into specific tiles. That means that if we paint with a specific type of green, when we put it into the world editor, it's going to later take each pixel of that green color and turn it into a grass tile. It'll take specific shade of gray that is painted here on Gimp, and it's going to turn that into a road tile, right? Asphalt, light asphalt, dark asphalt, etc. And you can do that and so on and so forth with these different tiles. Now, the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a second file which has the same naming convention but ends in _VEG. This is incredibly important. These two names must match down to the case, right? This is going to be _VEG, like vegetation, .png, and these two files should be in the exact same place. Again, we'll talk about file structure later. What this is going to do is it's basically going to create a second layer. When you create your roads and, grass, basically the stuff that goes on the floor, yeah, that's going to be in this layer. Over here in the vegetation layer, that's where we're going to tell, using layers in Gimp, that's where we're going to tell the program, the world editor, hey, this is where we're going to have trees and bushes and other things, right? Little like grassy bits that stick out of the ground, right? That go on top of this, right? So we need both of these in order to be able to create a map. So that's effectively what we're going to do with this base map. Cool. So that's enough explanation. Let's get down to it. So where am I going to get these base map colors? There's two places. One is going to be in that tile editor. You can open it if you want. Once you have, you're going to need a new program, which is why I'm not going to really use it. If I open something that I already have, these buttons here become available. These BMP tools. These BMT tools will have the colors, right? So if I want to put dark grass as a base layer, then it's going to be 90, 100, and 35. These are RGB values, red, green, blue. So we can use a program like Gimp in order to effectively use any of these values to put any of these tiles inside of the game. This water and trees, this is effectively a line. All of these layers down here belong in the vegetation layer. From water and above, those belong on the base layer. The reason that I know that is, again, that same guide that I'm showing you, right, made by the devs, right? This tells you what the base map colors are and the vegetation map colors. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to create some basic map colors to put on the Gimp image, and then we're going to go ahead and create in the next video the vegetation map colors, and I'll show how to organize them within Gimp, and then later we'll talk about how to move them onto the world editor. So let's get started without further ado. So the first thing that I'm going to do is dark grass. I'm effectively going to put dark grass on this map. So I'm going to go over here, double click on this active foreground color, and now I need to put the RGB values for dark grass given to me by tile or by the developers. That's going to be 90. If I hit tab, 100, tab, tab, and I'm going to hit 35, tab. So that's going to be this green color here. I'm going to hit OK. So that color is selected. I'm going to hit the fill tool, and I'm going to place it here. This is our standard background. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call this dark grass. grass. Because in this layer, that's where I'll paint dark grass, etc. That's just how I like getting organized. You don't have to follow my naming convention, or you can, up to you. So that means that when I have this image is going to be dark grass, and when I put this into the world editor, every single pixel that is visible to the world editor from here, it'll change it from this color green to a dark grass tile. So we have a field of grass. Hooray! All right, so the way that I'm going to organize this is by putting, by putting these layers into layer groups. So I go down here. You notice that there's this plus button with a little piece of paper. That means new layer. And the plus button that looks like a folder is a new layer group. Basically, you organize these layers by files and folders. So I'm going to call this layer group base. And then I'm going to drag this dark grass inside of that base layer. At any time, I can just I can minimize this, or I can stop looking at the base layer, and then any layers that are inside there, we won't be able to see. For now, this is going to be the base layer. I'm just going to go ahead, before I start drawing like roads and all that business, I'm just going to leave just green grass, so that I can show you how to create the vegetation layer and all of that other good stuff. And then we'll go ahead and create a filing system, and then we'll go ahead and put it on the map so you can see how all of this works. All right, so in the next video, we're going to go ahead and get into the vegetation layer, and the video after that, we'll see how it gets put together. All right, we'll see you in a bit.